So we're not going to count what Trump told her because she thought Trump was telling her something to make a political move, and I can understand that. That's reasonable. But when I verified it, okay, it might be. This is the second one. This so she'll know that it's not nothing to do with Trump and his politics. I don't do nothing with their politics. I don't got nothing to do with me. And so from there, I'll be looking for some outreach from some fruit so I can get the ministers the information they need to defend Farrakhan against the charges of being unrighteous, because he done already been declared righteous. So ain't nothing they can do about it. They can't undo it, and they can't touch him. They know he off limits now. And his immediate circle is off limits. They can't touch no, it's a hedge of protection around. I mean, that hedge is a big circle, but you don't know how big it is. Get too close and you'll burn your own self. Don't worry about it, Farrakhan. We don't got no resistance down here. It took me 6 months to beat him up there. September last year, I defeated him. I had to rebuild this structure. It was falling apart. So now, there's no resistance in heaven. We done ousted the infiltrators up there. Now we have to oust them down here, but they're not going to put up as much resistance as you think. They already know. And those who are the workers of iniquity, and you know who they are, they're going to be identifying themselves soon. They're going to identify themselves by their works. See, everybody always listening to what people saying, and they ain't not watching what they do. So, order them down there. Tell them to watch the queen if they think I'm playing. And tell Mary Barry don't let the queen die before she make up her mind. Because then she's going to be she's going to be so poor that no matter how hard she works, she can't figure out why she's still poor. She's not going to be able to figure it out. She's not going to be able to hold on to $1. She's going to be financially absent-minded. Every fucked up decision finances to make, she's going to start making. Watch. See, Mama said to not make the righteous suffer for the indignations of the wicked. And she also said to save as many of them as possible, as many who want to be saved. So she told me I got to give them all an opportunity. This their opportunity. And everybody know what righteousness look like now, Farrakhan, because you showed them firsthand. You showed them. And so, with that, I'm going to push on out of here. And I'm going to try to make some fruit contacts. Y'all don't got to worry about wiretaps, none of that kind of stuff. If I call and I use my slave name, it's directly to slap them in their face. It's the direct to slap them in their face when I use my slave name now. And just for the record, Farrakhan, I know the slave name situation was difficult to grasp for you. But I have a galactic name, Morpheus Mysticus Magus, the emissary of light, the redeemer of the righteous, the condemner of the wicked. Yes, I understand, I know. I know the letter had errors. That was on purpose for me to know that you got the message. I know you had to correct that. But you have to know I have to put it to you openly. So I can't work out the same kit as them old ones that was on the rape campaign and the subjugation of my women. You understand? I got to do it direct, openly. You see? So now, dig what I had to do. See, they think that they playing, right? You know what they say? They playing. So watch what I do. And while I was off for the bereavement, I went to my sites to be evaluated so that when they try to tell everybody, don't listen to him, he crazy. Nope. I done been evaluated by a psychiatrist and a psychologist. I had a psychological counselor. I will sign a HIPAA release for anybody who think that there's anything off the rocker with me, so y'all can read the report. This is 100% legit. By the time I left, they wanted to leave with me. And so, being the crown prince, I have direct control of the armies of both heaven and hell. So y'all don't got nothing to fear. Ain't nothing to fear. They don't want to go against those odds. It's foolish. But there's a couple things that we got to clean up on earth. We got to start with the recompense of the righteous, and we got to adjust the poverty line is too low. There's too many people suffering in poverty. So that's the worst part of the oppression right there and the easiest to fix. The worst part of the oppression is the poverty, and it's the easiest to fix. We got to start with the working class so that they can understand that the powers in them coming together to understand the type of work environment they want. Right? So tell them God said get down there and talk to this boy, talk to this kid, whatever they want to call him. You know, they already know I'm a major stockholder. They already know. You can tell them about their stockholder that told them, they stakeholders, I think how they say it. That major stakeholder that got all of that stock in all three companies that they don't know who it is. Yeah, you can tell them that that's the one that want to see him down there in Orion. The one that got all that big old stock in all three companies, that big chunk. And they all know it's the same person, but they don't know who he is. It's me. Tell them get down there so we can pay these people. We owe them. We're not going to keep sucking these people dry. And so that's what our orders is. Ain't no more secrets. The only thing that's secret now is that which is kept sacred. The overturning of the wicked is not a secret because that shit not sacred. So to get rid of the unholy, we got to expose it wholly. You understand? We got to do it out in the open. We got to let the people see they got Redeemer here. You know what I'm saying? I'm capable of doing some things that y'all really don't want to see. And once she make her announcement, and then I can start sending out the invitations of the people that need to be there, because there's some people that need to face judgment in the public eye in order to meet with the prophecy. And so with that, right, I can take the shit all the way back to where it started at.
Go on with it.
Right? And they came from Nibiru to earth, from heaven to earth they came. Nephilim, they fell down. They came down here on Mount Sinai, the mountain of sin, right? The holy Mount Zion of Yahweh. And Yahweh is Enlil, Lord of the skies, who took jurisdiction over Enki, Lord of the earth. And when he did that, he sent his children out to cause mischief and bloodshed everywhere they go.
And terror.
Ain't no right in them because they don't know how to be right. They just like their daddy, a no good, rotten motherfucker. So they can be offended by it. They look like us, but they not us. Right? They relatives, but they're not direct relatives. Right? They got a different agenda. They came to collect the gold. And they wanted us to be their permanent slaves. Well, I don't want to be their slave. So fuck them motherfuckers and the ship they rode in on, Vimana, whatever you want to call it, Sham, and they can leave. I got the report today from the Pleiadians that a major event is incoming. And they running in every corner to try to escape, but there's no escape this time.
And you know what, Rod? And this is the interesting thing. Some of the people that are continuing their BS don't know that the head has already been removed.
Which is also time-stamped and dated on my Facebook page when the dragon bitch was beheaded by Inanna herself. Because she said she wasn't finna get nobody else the satisfaction, including me.
Is it like you said? It's like their Juneteenth because they still operating like they're in power, but
That's
they
a
like,
fiction.
right.
Not even the date is wrong.
And the interesting thing about that is to find out that this year they've made the federal so-called feds made Juneteenth a federal holiday, and all countries, I mean companies all over the country are closed on Monday honoring
Buying
Juneteenth.
time. They're buying time.
And like you said, all of these. Did you talk about the patents? I mean, we know they made
Yeah.
ice cream. That was a big, but they're making Juneteenth everything to have a last ditch effort to capitalize off of something that has nothing to do with them,
Look,
and has something to do with ignorance.
yeah, the fossil fuels have to go up because they're operating on their reserves. We got oil stockpiled over here. They haven't been able to trade in the oil from the Americas. That's why they've been just stockpiling it. They can borrow money against it, but they can't sell it. Their contract said they couldn't sell it, and they didn't sell it. All of the minerals that they've been shipping around the world, they've been shipping them here. Right? So we seized the beers for the
Diamonds?
labor practices in Africa.
The diamond mines.
Right. So all sources of when the switch come, when the major event come, this is how the wealth will be distributed. Anything that you got to dig 3 feet or more beneath the earth to get, have to first satisfy the needs of the local people before it can be exported for anybody's gain whatsoever. That means if your country is a country that primarily produces a metal, that metal can't go nowhere until it satisfies the needs of the people that's from them land of demarcation. Those within them borders. Right? That's the only reason why we leaving the current system up, because it's good for the distribution of wealth to the rightful heirs within the geographical location of the lines of demarcation set up by the corporation during a military campaign.
So let me go back and ask you about this event, this event. Are we talking about something possibly cosmic in nature? Because I know lately they've had on the Senate floor, they've been talking about the reality of they're not calling them UFOs, UAPs, or whatever they're calling them. They're short of calling them UFOs. So are they planning some type of holographic and some type of, is this a real?
Don't nobody need holographs.
No, is this the real deal coming in?
Guys, it's ships.
Okay, the real deal. All right.
They're real ships.
See, their plan was to use holograph, but that's been intervened. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, even the nation states or the political jurisdictions around the world who've been sending coffee here is not allowed to send coffee here no more either. So they're going to run out of that too. And so like we've been telling people for the last 7 years, Doc, we've been telling people that the nations are going to stop trading with them and that they're going to have a feedback loop. And all of the de facto agencies that they set up that the people have been investing in is going to fail them. And so just like Rod said, he ain't got to prove nothing. All he got to do is state it, put it in the ethers. And the deal of it is they ain't getting past this generation. They're going to experience it.
Here's a question. Does this mean that the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, Consular Court, etc., is no longer valid?
That's expired.
See, the deal is no longer necessary.
It expired July 4th, 2019.
What is the issue that we've been telling the people? It is to challenge the jurisdiction, and then they're going to prove to you that they have no jurisdiction. Then you're supposed to take your place as an heir. It is for our people to learn. This is why even over the years when we gave the people the judicial notice, right? And the appellation name proclamation, we would tell them, study them. It's for you. They already know who you are. It's for you. Where do we send it? You don't have to send it to anybody. Send it to your brain and make your claim. A reversion of a state is for you. However, the time's going to come, it's not going to be necessary. And if you don't believe it, Watch when the nations stop trading with them. That's why we've been telling people for the last 10 years, even take your energy out of the banks because they're going to steal that. The U.S. corporation operatives, the last large financial holding that they had in their jurisdictional operations was the Federal Employees Retirement Fund. They stole that. All these people that they've been calling congressmen stole it and have been laundering it through that spot over there, Ukraine. Not just the adrenochrome, but also that's what they've been laundering all the finances that they've been stealing from the people here.
You won't say that word.
They thought we was lunching, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Let them retire on nothing. Now the deal is they're going to have to be a proper heir to receive the benefit of heirship, and that's what's going to be dealt with around the world.
And so that's why I decided to speak up exactly what he said, because my blood talked to me the same way that my mama used to talk to me. And it told me I was tied to the land. I'm from the land, organic to the land. And that I needed to step up and exercise my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in order to establish love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice on the land. That's what they told me to do. I don't care about people that disagree with me, disagreeing with me. I'm still not going to stop until all my sisters get all their shit. So you can be mad at me, and you can be mad that I don't claim to be a Moor or a Vice Lord. I'm growth and development. I got mad respect for Taj. He my elder. I've been studying him for years. He the one I learned civics from on knowing what to do. You only learning what's being done to you. I'm trying to learn what to do about it. Our positions as students is not the same. You trying to learn how to survive in the system. I'm trying to learn how to overthrow the system. You trying to learn how to go along to get along. I'm trying to learn how to piss in their face. Right? The only way to piss in their face is to have the absolute right to jurisdiction and assert that with competence in law. And the competency in law supersedes their law as organic law, natural law, the law of nature. The law of nature said I have the blood right to make these claims that I'm making and give these instructions that I'm giving, and I don't got to worry about who's going to carry them out. I just got to make sure that I put it in the public domain, time-stamped and dated, so when they say, here it is, I already told you. It's there.
All must be made public and transparent.
Yep.
That's what the word proclaim means.
So when they come and ask for a prima facie case, it's already produced, right? What is my grievance about them and having these political prisoners? It's already on the record, right? I'm just trying to let y'all know I already put the shit on the record. Now we just got to go back and try to organize our family structures. Who's going to be your family accountant? That's what you need to be worried about. Which ones y'all gonna have on y'all family bank's board of directors? Because we got to decentralize that if we want to be part and party to our own destiny.
Yep.
Decentralizing the bank requires us to go back to the family banks that they use Billy the Kid, aka Wild Bill Hickok, in order to rob the family bank so that we would have to centralize with the enemy. See, we ain't see that shit coming because we didn't know what they was doing, because they was using pale faces to block us out of institution, and the ones giving the instructions look just like us. Right? So now we know what happened. We know who the guilty parties was. We know who don't like it, and we know who don't give a fuck that they don't. Me. I know that I got an absolute birthright to the land, to restore and reclaim the land. My mama told me, my big mama told me, all my uncles told me, and all my aunties told me. They all gave me the okay to go ahead and stand up against these motherfuckers and tell them what's what and what you gonna do about it. So I told them. And I done it with the competency to know to overthrow the papal bull that the Pope issued in the 1301, saying that all humans on earth was imbeciles in law, and therefore it became the white man's burden to civilize the heathen. And in their terminologies, the implication is that to civilize the heathen is force his ass to learn these laws that we work by in order to overthrow us, or else they're gonna be subjugated under us for eternity. So he can be the papal see. I blinded his ass. He won't see much now, right? He can keep calling on the Dragon Queen. The bitch can't help him. She dead. She been beheaded. They no longer under the archonic rule of Rome. Babylon fell in their face and they wasn't even watching. They wasn't even watching. And now they want to talk about the aftermath.
What's keeping them artificially functioning?
The people's ignorance. That's all they feed off of. They're vampires.
As long as the people is contesting their organic rights to the earth, anywhere on the earth.